And I also need to increase it too, so I need to make space a little more efficient as well over there. So really just going off of that, yeah, I've been building up locations and really just going from there. And right now what I'm thinking of doing is making a little modular area like this. I love these modular areas. So, what I want to do with this one is that I want it to be its own little, carousel place. I'm not really sure if that's the term for these, like, little round, belts. And what I wanted to do is that it'll just continually cycle inputs and outputs on it. But what I'll do is that I'll have this single inserter that takes things off of this line, and this will be just a single one that filters off advanced circuits, because I don't believe this area will produce too much stuff there. Now, I mean, learning off of the first the area over there, what I can do now that I think about it is that I'll put a single insert area over here, and to make these hands, these are going to use 1 unit of each plastic bar, electric circuits, and copper cable, if that is correct. I'm just going to check over here. I don't think that is, so it will use a 2-to-4 ratio. So what I'll do is we'll do copper cable on this side, the other two materials on this side. And it'll be a 2-to-4 ratio. So we're going to, let's see here, I'm going to need a lot of copper cable, so I'm going to pull some off of this copper cable line. And what I think I'll do for this line is that I want to build up a store of these copper cables. So what I'll do is that I'll put in a fast inserter or a fast splitter, because I find the fast ones so much better for this purpose. And I'll make a little collection line just right here. So yeah, that'll start building up our stock of these copper cables, because currently it's we actually have, like, we're not manufacturing that many copper cables because there's just no place to store them right now. A lot of it is just going onto this belt, which just cycles around and around. The thing is that currently, due to our use of metal plates, or iron plates, only a small fraction gets over here. Well, I suppose it's a quarter amount, but it's not enough to keep all of the factories running, meaning that we're building a large excess of those cable goods. So I want to build up a stockpile of them. And now that I have a little stockpile of them, I'll just bring them over to over there, and I'll just drop them off and get them to do something else. And over here, I have a very bare bones operation smelting down stone bricks, because we need a lot of those apparently to build these engines over there. So yeah, I'll come over here and I'll drop down a box of electric circuits, plastics, and those things to build them for us. So I'll grab a stack of plastics like that, and it doesn't look like we can build too many of those little advanced circuits, but that's fine. We don't need that many of them. Yeah, so we'll do that, and it should... oh no, never mind. I was gonna say it should put them on both sides of the lanes, but now that I think about it, no, that's not. In that case, what I can do here is that I can change this area up slightly. Still wanted to use both sides of the lane here. You know what? I think the easiest solution here would be just to add a... keep this area going straight, and then instead of this area, I'll just add a slight kink to this line like that. Actually, this area is going to be slightly bigger than that. Yeah, I think I'll just do this. This makes it just pretty much foolproof. Yeah, because now there shouldn't be any way that the products don't end up on the correct lanes. Or maybe not. I'm slightly hesitant at it. Yeah, there we go. Now it works. So now it'll just stock up these lanes, and these lanes should then produce those units of those cables, those advanced circuitry. And with those advanced circuitry units spat out, it should just collect inside this little iron chest over here. So that is what I plan on doing. And oh look, first one's out, second one's out. Second one gets picked up, and it comes out into that box. Now, there might be a problem where the resources just come up on here too fast, and in that case, I think I'll actually replace these hands with the yellow variant, which makes it a much more gradual speed. So yeah, this area will just do its own thing. It'll just constantly cycle those goods back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and get all of that stuff ready for us. Now, in the meantime, again, I want to keep these stone areas running, and they produce stone bricks really, really fast, so at least that is good. And yeah, all of this is really just for producing these electric furnaces, and with enough of them, I feel like we'll be able to replace all of these ones, get ourselves switched onto electricity. And electricity, I mean, we're producing, yeah, just so much more than what we have going on in the other facilities. So, let's see how many of those furnaces can I make just yet. Only 4? Really? Those electric furnaces, unfortunately, seem to be horrendously expensive. Oh, that's right, we also need to have a stock of plastics to build them too. So we need plastics for those advanced circuits, which we seem to have run out of, and also to actually build these things. Oh wait, no, yeah, never mind. The plastic is only to build these circuits. And yeah, I mean, this area is just chewing up its goods at a ludicrous speed. Probably need some more plastics and some more stuff to put into that line, so I'll come over here. Now, however many plastic things we have, we actually don't have any more plastics. And I'm going to assume that this is because we've either run out of oil, or for some reason... oh, that's why we don't have any more coal inside that zone. Alright, that's no problem. We can get some more coal. Yeah, I was gonna say maybe the oil just expires, or maybe, you know, oil production just doesn't work as fast as I thought. Or maybe, like, you know, the actual individual pumps only give off like a teeny little bit of oil. Yeah, I'm gonna see if this box will do it for us. Yeah, it will, so I'll just stock that instead. And that'll give us a little bit more plastics in the meantime, which then we can sort of put back onto this line. So yeah, it looks like things are good. We're starting to get a few of these little electric furnaces, so that is also another good thing. Meaning that we should actually be able to start replacing some elements of this stone factory chain. So I think I'll do that immediately, and we'll remove this line right here. And yeah, this is just going to... I'm going to rip up this place and rebuild it because it looks like we're going to need to. So yeah, unfortunately this is going to be a big work. It's a good thing we're doing... it's a good thing that with like the steel pickaxe, you seem to remove places a lot faster. So yeah, I want this middle area here to still be a smelting location. It's just that I want to make it slightly different so that it'll be a lot more efficient. Yeah, I'm wondering if that'll cut off electricity though to the rest of the areas. So I think I'll hook it back up like that, and I'm just gonna rebuild this area in general because it's kind of a mess right now. So this will stall production inside the meantime, but I feel like it's necessary for this location to just continue working at a good speed. So yeah, we'll rip up all of this. I want the junction to remain where it is, though. That's the main thing. The junction needs to still be present, so to speak. And alright, so we're gonna need one chain down here. And I suppose that 2 area gap, which I can't fill right now, will be just a minor little kink, I suppose, there. I want this line, the line to go to ammunition manufacturing, to be delayed slightly. So we're going to have a large chain of electric furnaces like this. And yeah, this area will continue to be our smelting location, our place to make large amounts of metals, because I want to avoid filling up the tanks like this area where, I mean, it works, but it takes a long time. It takes a lot of managing, which I don't want to do. So I'll get those things produced here in just a little bit. We should be building, yeah, a good stockpile of plastics now. And with these plastics, we let's see. Insert the rest of those, insert the rest of the plastics, and in the meantime I think I'll get the copper wiring to put in there too. So yeah, I mean, like, these chains, they're, well, they're doing a decent job for what they're worth, but I mean, it's mostly my fault. I really should have built this area a little bit better with some other useful stuff around here and there. I'm gonna open up a section of this belt so that we can start to place a few more of those green things on them. How are we doing here for research? It looks like research, switch up the pots a little bit. And yeah, for whatever reason, the little robotic hands, they only fill up the science factories up to 3 units of each and every single scientific pack, which makes them slightly inefficient. So now, if I insert the cable, everything should be fine on this chain now, and we'll be able to build a few more of those electronic factories, electronic smelting machines, which is very, very good. And we'll come back up here, we'll place them down, and we'll see how one line goes for now. And really, I mean, if we need to expand on them, we always have the opportunity to. And I want to make this area just humongous, so I think we'll try to do with that. And because these things, they work faster than the old ones at about, like, yeah, twice as fast. So I think I'll actually replace them with blue inserter hands because they're a little bit more useful. And at, like, you know, no matter what, they'll just keep running. So that'll be a good thing with them. And we'll just build it up like this. Oh, we're actually going to need a few more of them, so that's fine. And yeah, right now I'm accumulating like a huge amount of different resources and different stuff. So there we go. We have a few more of these hands. We'll put them down right here. And we'll probably need to have a red line going onto these areas too. So I'll actually prime that up too. And yeah, pretty much this area will be just like this gigantic smelting area, which will wrap around, and then it'll put its goods onto this little splitter area, which will then split up the goods and send them to different places, of course. So let's get rid of all of this because we're going to have to change this area up inside the future. And I think I'll build a few of these big electrical poles for now, and I'll see how big of an area do they actually supply, because I'm under the impression that these things will be actually pretty good. These areas, supply area 4x4. Oh, I see. Never mind. What I think I'll do, it's I'll put a big section over here. These big electric poles are useful for transporting electricity over a large area, but these medium ones apparently are a little better because they do a larger area like that. So you know what, I'm actually getting the feeling that the smaller ones are good too, and I just researched trains, so we might be able to see that in action in a little bit. So yeah, we'll get this area lit up like that, and going from there, what we can do here is that I'm actually going to replace these belts with the red ones too, because I have a feeling that the red ones are going to be much better for our purposes later on and currently. And that is just a massive pile of iron ore right here. So I think I'll do this. All of these different types of ores, they're going to be shifted onto a belt right here. I'm going to need a lot more of these bars. And really, this is just going to send these materials all the way to the end over here. At least it's going to send one line over there. And currently, I don't want to pick up all of this iron ore, but I suppose I'll have to. So yeah, there will be one line doing that, and it'll be funneling it into a red conveyor belt because I want to make this area eventually into a little junction. And this junction here will currently split out that ore into 2 different chains. Again, I'm going to have 2 different lines working different electric furnaces, so that is the end goal here. I need that splitter line right now. Where is that splitter line? There we go. So this is going to output onto 2 lines. One of them is going to be right here, and that's just going to pile resources here, and that's going to keep these factories running for a very, very long time. So this is going to be 1 line of factories, or 1 line of smelting locations, and I'm going to have another one doing the same thing underneath. Hopefully I won't have to shift anything big around, though I'm getting the impression that I will have to eventually, which is rather unfortunate. But anyhow, I mean, that's for later on. And what we really want to do there is that we just want to make a fast-acting place that'll just be able to sort of spit out these resources as fast as possible. So over here, this area is just going to continue making those advanced circuits for us to use, and in the meantime I'm crafting a few more of these advanced factories, which is rather nice. Downside to this is that currently all of our factories are going to be taken offline because currently they're going to be busy, seeing as how currently our tools are busy working all of these these smelting lines, and as you can see here, they're working very fast. I can also add a few modules because I'm at the point where I can research these modules, and these modules will, I believe they'll take advanced circuits, but you can insert these modules which will make these machines do things faster or just in general better. So we have this 1 line going, and evidently we have a smelting line that's currently making steel plates right now, so that's nice. But we're going to actually get rid of all of this, and we're going to make another line here. But however, this line is going to be one that exports. It's going to be another one of these steel, rather iron-producing lines. So I'm just going to have to rip this place up. And we're going to replace everything here, so it's no big deal. My inventory is going to be really full though, so what I can do so I'm actually going to come over here and I'm going to drop off a lot of the things I'm carrying. Yeah, I don't need all of these things, don't need that. Don't need any of these stone furnaces now, I suppose. And yeah, I mean, like, pretty much I just want to rebuild this area so that it's much more efficient. And I mean, this is a big portion of the game. You do have to, you know, come back in here and say, hey, these things aren't working. Probably need to do something to get them to work, right? So yeah, this area is going to just sort of do its own thing. It's going to produce a ton of these different things. I'm going to need to research Logistics 3 sometime soon because I'm under the impression that we're probably going to need that to sustain our factories here. So, let's see, yeah, a ton of the iron plates is, rather, a ton of production is being finished here. I'm gonna extend this line slightly, and we're gonna do something like this. So, I actually want this area to work on 1 chain, rather on 1 output belt indefinitely. So, I want the factory to do something like this. We have enough area here to just sort of make another separate line of electric furnaces that outputs onto the same thing here. And with that said, all I really need to do is just pluck these factory chunks down like that, so I have a few already. But over here, oh no, I'm actually going to have to yeah, but that would actually make me shift that line over there, so there is some spacing issues here, unfortunately. I was originally going to make it like a dual-faced one like that, but it looks like I can't. So I suppose we'll just do this for now. This 1 line of factories should actually account for 2 lines of equal amounts of stone factories. So I don't think it'll be a major downside for now. But anyhow, yeah, that is just going to spit out those plates over here, and that's going to go down into this conveyor belt setup once again, and all we have to do is just reconnect it to everything, which I mean isn't a big deal. And yeah, so pretty much this area will just continuously work on smelting iron plates, which is good. This area actually smelts it up faster than what I'm seeing is that it actually smelts them faster than what we can actually use them for, for what we're actually generating over here in terms of iron, and this is mainly because of the fact